Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into a strategic protocol today that looks less like a language textbook and more like a high-efficiency performance plan.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. Our sources call it, simply, the 9-app Fluency Stack.
And it's designed not for casual learners, but specifically for people, professionals, ambitious students.
What the source material calls hackers.
Right. Hackers, people who need to get fluent in English, and they need to do it quickly and thoroughly.
And what's fascinating here, the reason this whole strategy exists is really rooted in an efficiency gap.
An efficiency gap?
Yeah. I mean, traditional language learning is just notoriously slow. It's all rote memorization, academic structure.
Sure. And immersion, on the other hand, is incredibly fast, but,
Oh.
well, it requires uprooting your entire life.
Exactly. So the core mission of this 9-app stack is to capture that speed, that density of true immersion, that constant, unavoidable exposure.
But without ever buying a plane ticket.
That's the whole idea.
That is a high-stakes promise. And it seems to achieve this through extreme structure. We're talking 90 minutes a day, every day.
A non-negotiable routine.
Working across 9 integrated apps. The goal is, what, 100% cognitive focus?
Yep.
But wait, 9 apps? That just sounds like a technical nightmare to set up. I mean, doesn't that create a ton of friction right at the start?
You'd think so, but they address that head on. The friction is actually solved by the routine itself. Once the apps are downloaded, the rigidity of the schedule removes all that decision fatigue.
So you never waste time wondering what to study next.
Never. But you bring up the critical point. Why 9? Why not just master one powerful platform?
Yeah, why not?
This is where the core philosophy comes in. They call it cognitive variety.
Okay, cognitive variety. Let's explore that. We've all been there, right? 90 minutes deep into one study tool and your eyes are just glazed over.
You're just clicking buttons.
Exactly. You're on autopilot mode and nothing is actually sinking in.
Precisely. If you spend too long in one place, your brain gets lazy. It learns the interface and it stops actively processing the information. So this strategy, it forces you to switch apps every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes?
Every 10. It forces your brain to reset and adapt. New graphics, new voices, new interactions. It keeps you alert, engaged, and constantly adjusting. It makes sure every single one of those 90 minutes is high intensity.
So it's weaponizing novelty against boredom. I like that. But I mean, 90 minutes of high intensity sounds draining. Yeah. How do you structure that across a busy day? You don't just sit down for an hour and a half straight, do you?
No, absolutely not. And this connects to the bigger picture of peak performance. The 90 minutes are strategically divided using what's called the 3-phase system.
Okay.
It's designed to match your natural energy levels throughout the day. So you break the routine into 3 distinct 30-minute blocks.
So what are they?
You start with the morning phase, which is all about deep work and pure input. That's when your focus is usually highest.
Makes sense.
Then around midday, you shift to the immersion phase. This part is meant to be fun, focused on consumption. And finally, the evening phase is all about critical output speaking practice.
That's a really elegant system. It stops you from trying to do, complex grammar drills at 10 p.m. when you're exhausted.
Right. You use your best energy for the hardest work.
Okay, let's jump into phase 1 then. The morning deep work. We have 30 minutes, 3 apps, all focused on input and structure. What's first?
The sources are really clear that you have to start by challenging yourself. The first 10 minutes go to BBC Learning English.
Okay.
And here's the clever part. You don't listen to easy conversational stuff. You go straight to the listening room for hard news.
Hard news. Why start the day with dense political or economic content? That sounds tough.
It's completely intentional. The goal isn't just passive listening. It's active capture. The instruction is to listen and then actively write down 3 new words you hear.
I see.
By choosing difficult material, you guarantee those 3 words are high-value vocabulary you wouldn't find in just a normal chat. It forces a high level of concentration right from the start.
Okay, so you've got your 3 challenging words, then you immediately move to app number 2, which is WordUp. This is for the targeted vocabulary attack.
Right, and you use their knowledge map feature.
So for anyone who hasn't seen it, what exactly is the knowledge map? Why is it so important here?
The knowledge map is, it's basically a personalized inventory of the English language, all mapped against what you know and what you don't.
So it already knows my weak spots.
It knows exactly what words you should know at your level, and critically which ones you're missing. So the strategy is to ignore the words you know, no more wasting time on mastered flashcards, and you just aggressively attack the gaps. It's personalized gap analysis.
That definitely respects the learner's time. Okay, so to wrap up the morning, we move to app number 3, Busuu. The sources say to use their London Central Drama course. What's the action here?
The action here is absolutely critical. It's about transitioning from input to output. You have to submit writing tasks directly to the community for immediate feedback.
So you're not just getting feedback from an algorithm?
No, from real, often native
Yeah.
users. It cements the knowledge with a human correction loop before your day gets away from you.
So looking at that 30-minute flow, you go from difficult comprehension to surgical vocabulary work, and then finally to structured writing with human review. That's a perfect sequence.
It really is. It creates a foundation of high-value vocabulary and structure, which you absolutely need before you get to the more relaxed parts in the day.
All right, so the afternoon hits, you're on a lunch break, energy is dipping. We switch gears to phase 2, immersion. The sources call this the fun phase.
Exactly. This is the second 30-minute block, all about consumption and application in enjoyable ways.
We start with app number 4, Promova. The focus here is on reading, like Sherlock Holmes or something with a good story. What's the key feature that makes this work?
The key is eliminating all friction. The big feature in Promova is that you can tap any word in the text and get an instant translation.
Without leaving the app.
Without leaving the app, without breaking your flow. Think about it. Normally you'd have to stop, open a browser, search. You've lost the story. Instant Lookup lets you learn vocabulary and context almost effortlessly.
That really does remove a huge roadblock for intermediate readers. Okay, next up is app 5, RealLife English. This is pure listening immersion, right?
Right, but for a very specific skill. It's not just about listening to their podcasts or watching their micro lessons. The sources say to target the skill of connected speech.
Connected speech. The reason why "what are you doing" sounds like "what you doing."
Exactly. It's often the hidden killer of comprehension. This app trains your ear to hear those natural contractions, the way words blend together in fast native dialogue.
Got it. And the last app in this phase, a great example of snackable learning, is app number 6, Cake. It's nicknamed the TikTok of learning. How do you make sure this isn't just passive scrolling?
You turn it into active practice. The mandatory action is using the speaker feature. After you watch a short clip, maybe an idiom or a slang phrase, you immediately use the feature to mimic it.
So you're practicing the mouth movement.
The sound, the rhythm, the intonation. You're linking what you hear directly to muscle memory.
So this whole afternoon phase is just low-effort exposure, keeping the language alive in your head during that afternoon slump. It's where you start to see the words you learned in the morning pop up naturally.
Precisely. It leverages content you'd probably watch anyway, but gives you the tools to extract the maximum language value from it.
And now for the final 30 minutes. Phase 3, the evening output. This is the moment of truth where you test everything you've absorbed.
This is where it all comes together, the most challenging task, speaking.
App number 7 is Learna AI. You jump into its free talk mode. The recommended action here is really clever because it forces you to recall things from earlier. What is it?
They recommend 2 things. First, you can summarize your entire day, which is great for everyday vocabulary.
Yeah.
But the better option is to summarize the hard news you heard way back in the BBC segment that morning.
Wow, that's a huge accountability check.
It's a comprehensive test. It forces you to remember, synthesize, and then articulate complex ideas, all in real-time speech. If you can't do it, you weren't really focused in the morning.
That's tough but fair. Okay, we shift to app 8, Stimuler. This isn't for casual chat, is it?
No, this is highly focused, career-driven practice. The task is to record a 1-minute speech, but on high-stakes professional topics.
Like what?
Things like salary negotiation or presenting your career goals. This is about building applicable language for tangible, real-world results. It ensures your fluency is professional, not just social.
And finally, app number 9, ELSA Speak. After all that hard work, the goal here is just technical perfection.
This is the final polish. You use the speech analyzer, or their IELTS speaking course, to perfect your accent and pronunciation. It's quality control, making sure the speech you're producing is clear and understandable.
That sequencing is incredible. Input, immersion, and then critical output. But the sources also mention something about breaking out of the routine, what they called the hidden gems.
Yes, because ultimately, fluency isn't about talking to bots. It's about connecting with people.
So what's the first gem?
It's hidden in real-life English,
Yeah.
and it works even on the free version. There's a Find Partner button. You press it, and instantly connects you with another student somewhere in the world for a 4-minute chat.
Just 4 minutes.
Just 4 minutes. No scheduling, no payment, Just instant low-stakes practice. It completely removes the fear factor of booking a long lesson.
That's brilliant. And the second gem is in the modified version of WordUp, the fantasy chat.
Right. You can chat with AI versions of celebrities or fictional characters. The source wittily called them disoberities.
Disoberities. I like that. But how does chatting with an AI Barack Obama help your fluency?
It drives complexity. I mean, if you're talking about your day with a standard bot, the conversation stays pretty shallow. But the sources point out that if you're trying to discuss, say, policy points with an AI world leader, it forces you to use sophisticated vocabulary and grammar that flashcards just can't trigger.
It turns learning into a really engaging contextual game.
A very sophisticated game.
So that is the 9-app Fluency Stack. 9 apps, 90 minutes, fully integrated across input, immersion, and output. The brilliance really is in the sequencing, isn't it? What you learn in one block is reinforced in the next.
It's a total immersion bubble you build around yourself.
Right.
The structure provides a powerful roadmap, and it systematically tackles all the common failure points: distraction, decision fatigue, passive learning.
But the system only works if you do it.
Every single day. The strategy gives you the potential for speed, but only commitment actually delivers it. And I think the final concluding thought, drawn directly from this material for you to carry forward, is this. Consistency is the only hack that works.
The structure provides the tools, but your daily discipline is the key.
That's the ultimate key to fluency.